What's up, guys? Basic battles here today. Ghost Rider vs. Spawn. Literally forgot it was even happening. It's been a little while, so I literally had to rush in here. I still had to set up my Streamlabs after I deleted it the first time by accident. Longest story ever and a dumb story, and I'm not gonna paint myself in that idiotic light again. So I'm not gonna tell it now. I'll wait until I'm rich and famous to tell it. But yeah, so I had to set up Streamlabs. I already downloaded it again because obviously I streamed and made a videos before, after I re-downloaded it, but I didn't make the, oops, dropped my headset. Stop, why? But I didn't make the, reaction feed that I used to, react to death battles. But, yeah. Hey, bud. But yeah, and the lighting was awful because I'm right in front of a window, so I had to put a blanket up, and yeah, it looks pretty good now, or it looks alright. It's better than the light shining in. Dude, you couldn't even see, I was a ghost. Actually, I got a cup of ice, so I'm gonna, hold on. 2 minutes. Wondering what I'm drinking? Mountain Dew. Not sponsored. Obviously, I have 150 subscribers. Come on now. We ain't that deep into it yet, baby. Alright. Pretty excited for this battle. I think my prediction was pretty accurate considering the discourse I heard around it and the pre-matchup build-up. Yeah, so Ghost Rider FTW. What else? I want to keep playing GameCube and Wii and PS3 games for you guys because I like that format of video where I just sample a game for a little bit, have some fun, and then, tell you my thoughts on it. But I was literally gonna do Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube for y'all, but I liked the game so much that I was just playing, and then I got an hour into it because I like to test run games, just to see if just to see if it'll be a good stream quality. So I was just playing, making sure everything went right, and it just I played for 2 hours. So I was like, well, crap, this doesn't really work, does it? Because I already sampled the damn game before I streamed it to y'all. So don't know what I'm gonna. Maybe I'll play the Wii version for y'all and just do it that way. These headphones are so loud. This is why I'm partially deaf. But yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll just play the Wii version for y'all with the motion controls and the waggle and the pointer, and to see how you like that. But yeah, I really like the OG RE4. I remember playing it on a PS2 emulator and hating it because I was playing with an Xbox One controller, and it just wasn't my thing. And obviously the PS2 version is not a good version of Resident Evil 4 in terms of graphics and textures and all that. So even playing at like a scaled up like 720p, it did not look or feel good at all. Maybe I should have implemented some patches, but I wasn't deep into that PS2 emulation at the time, so I was just raw dogging it. But yeah, I played it on original hardware with a GameCube controller. GameCube controller is the best way to play it because the run button is right. It's so comfortable. I watched the trailer. The trailer looked really good. The voice acting for Spawn was crazy. I loved it. Someone tell me if I should watch the Spawn animated TV show that came out in like the 90s. I heard good things.
Johnny Blaze has always been a man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until the day Crash lived up to his name and got cancer, heartbroken, and without enough Wampa fruit to save him, Johnny turned to the only thing that could, chemotherapy.
The devil.
They used the same,
cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the
I feel like they used the same, like, comic panels that they used last time when he was in the Lobo death battle, so I'm guessing, like, the Giant does not get, like, an updated origin comic or something.
He bound
Cause
Johnny
I feel like,
instrument of divine wrath.
'cause I feel like it's different for most,
Spirit of vengeance.
So Johnny Blaze
for a lot of
lived
comic
up
book
to
characters.
his
I don't know.
name
I
and
could just be
bursted
seeing
into
things,
hellfire.
but I don't know.
An undead skeleton biker with a sick-ass hug. The fifth
It's just, that's very familiar, and it's been a long time since I watched Lobo vs. Ghost Rider. But I remember the frames.
Daredevil.
Sorry, Johnny, that name's taken.
Okay, then how about the Ghost Rider?
Sure, we definitely didn't forget that we named a character the same thing only 5 years earlier. All you.
The Ghost Rider was bad news for
What'd they ever do with that
sinners and
OG Ghost
scumbags.
Rider?
He's strong enough to pull down skyscrapers, blow up mountains, and cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting back. He can remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him.
Is Ghost Rider gonna pull up with his other homies like the Flash did? Gonna move like the Flash?
It's not just his body. His whole arsenal is hellfire. Ghosty can create anything he can think of, from an infinite stream of chains, a shotgun.
I totally forgot to post my daily battle before I did this. I really wanted to, but whatever. I'll just do it after I'm done with the video.
Life goals.
You gotta keep grinding. Ranton inspired me. Daily uploads. Not on YouTube. I'm not. Daily uploads on YouTube is insane. I should be doing it, but just on Instagram for now.
Raining down from the sky or released from his
boner, Wiz.
Cage is a weird guy.
And it doesn't just scorch flesh. Hellfire
Hey, Bart.
is so deadly, it can
I don't know if you guys can see Bart back there.
This technique
Bart.
would be mastered by Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch.
Oh yeah, Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider, and Danny was the first to master their most famous move. You know, the one that burns your soul to smithereens with just a look, the penance stare.
The penance stare inflicts upon its victims every ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others. Every cruelty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected.
But thinking about it, that does probably really work on Galactus, right?
Obliterating your soul.
But is Galactus even like a thing that can take the penance there? I thought he was like a cosmic entity that's like exists in every universe. If it works, it works though. Not complaining.
Some people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly because he didn't regret his actions, but it did work on him on other occasions.
Well, Johnny can adjust how deadly it is.
It's just whenever they want Punisher to look
necessarily have
cool.
to kill you. He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider is two souls in one body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
Classic Faustian bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions.
Now that's the
control the
word
elements,
I have
and
not
stare
heard
an
in
entire
a
city, and
long
fly all
time.
the way to Asgard, which is a literal infinite distance
Usually
away.
you only hear
He's
outer
manhandled
or
some of
multi
Marvel's heaviest
or
hitters, like Thor, World War Hulk, and Doctor Strange. Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence, and even bring down heaven itself.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah, an army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back as the Great Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth. A sort of heavenly black ops.
This funny looking skull guy's been walking around since the beginning of mankind.
Neither. Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's unclear. What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm. Mephisto, ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence how he could bond him to Johnny.
But Zarathos got his revenge against that big red bitch with another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Comic book fan
So they just have a bunch of Ghost Riders fighting for them for the Battle of Hell.
A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon, fitting as his fight with Galactus rents the cosmos asunder.
And Galactus' fights can destroy all of Marvel's
Oh,
infinite
so they're comparative to Galactus, dog?
power at Zarathos' disposal.
I mean,
Total
sorry,
cosmic
Spawn. It might be
annihilation.
over
So it
for
was
you,
no
dog.
surprise when Johnny went down to the underworld and took Hell's throne for himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Still with the jacket and jeans. Still with the Johnny Klebitz outfit. And
damnation stare, which skips the whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell. No shot.
As they say though.
Oh, so you don't gotta like recite the words or anything? That's
Johnny
fun.
began an obsessive crusade to capture all of Hell's escaped demons. But by using his new power to damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again, Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by hell's power.
Doctor Strange seems to be getting the worst of Johnny. It's kind of messed up.
Though he gave up Hell's throne, the Ghost Rider continues his war against demons without and within, mentoring his fellow Ghost Riders in the ways of vengeance, always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Maybe one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his victims.
Cause they sure as hell won't find any in his.
That's a sick image though with the burnt skull.
This battle is sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
With Robin Hood Gold,
Screw you and your
can now enjoy the
sponsorships.
VIP
What, you gotta make
treatment
money or
receiving
something?
3%
Come on.
IRA match on retirement contributions.
The privileges of the very privileged are no longer exclusive. With
I like that
Robin Hood
analysis
Gold,
a
your
lot.
annual
Wow,
IRA
that was fun.
contributions are
Claps.
boosted by 3%.
Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash in non-retirement
Told a
accounts.
Marvel
That's
character
over
story
8
in a decent
times
way.
the national savings average.
All that
the perks
stuff.
of the high net worth are now available for any network.
I like
The new
it.
gold standard is here with Robin Hood
I have a
Gold.
feeling I'm gonna like
To
Spawns a
receive
lot
your
more though.
3% boost on annual IRA contributions,
Just a tidbit,
sign
because
up
you
at
know, first analysis in
robinhood.com/gold.
season 1. I
Destiny
mean,
involves risk. Rate subject
that's a
to
pretty
change.
big deal.
3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match and must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account
Some
interest
great
rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
If Al Simmons was one thing, he was a killer.
A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and the
Don't worry, they're about to
CIA's
beef
decorated
up
assassin.
Spawn right now too. He
Simmons
battled God, he
democracy
killed the
around
devil,
globe
he took
at the
over,
barrel
you know, he did all that.
Painting the third world in
You know,
red,
the thing
blue,
people like to bring up a lot
mostly
with Spawn.
red.
Until his
God
final
Spawn.
fateful mission when, per his boss's orders, Al was fired.
The burning was only getting started. because
Oh
Al's
man, it's
immortal
so funny
soul
that all the
was on a
B-roll is
one-way
just
trip
these
to hell.
terrible
Where he
movies
cut a deal
these
with
two characters
Malvolio,
have.
the big, naked lord of the eighth circle
Pretty
of
funny.
hell.
By their pact, Simmons would be reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
Oh, buddy, you're just asking to get monkey's blood.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie.
I
5
say he
years
got
later.
Norm the Genie,
After his
bro.
wife had already remarried and had a daughter.
There, you saw her. Now get back to work, bitch.
Thus was born the undead warrior from hell itself, Spawn.
He's so 90s
And you
that he
keep
comes all
wondering
the way
why
back
these
around
damn
to being the
hell
coolest thing
spawn,
ever.
I mean these
Look upon his edge wizard and despair.
these devils
Spawn
keep
would
making
violently
hell
defend
spawns so I
New
can
York's
easily kill them.
downtrodden, while slowly uncovering the full breadth of his demonic powers.
He's like a walking superpower encyclopedia. He can fly,
Huh.
teleport, turn invisible
MK11
and
spawn.
intangible,
I remember
do things
everyone
with
being
his
so
mind,
hyped.
make force fields, control the elements
And he was a
and the
pretty great
weather,
character
and
for
even
what the
stop
game was.
time.
I like
Speaking of time,
I
he
liked
can
him a lot.
fly so fast, he literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes his time as
Obviously,
a concept.
he
can
did
manipulate
the voice
matter,
acting. Worked a
shape-shifting
lot.
his own body or transmuting other objects and people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait, Wiz, if he can rearrange
And also, he had a
molecules and
crazy
crap,
MK11
literally
ending where he
fix his
just
ugly
took,
face.
he just
Well, he tried to do
made a
that,
pact with
but
Sub-Zero and
Malbolgia
Scorpion, and they
cursed him so
took
that he
over
could
Hell
only
together.
make himself.
That was pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh, it's petty trolling like that that gets you a throne in hell.
To be fair, Spawn can achieve a similar result with illusions and mental manipulation. He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
What's this music
Spawn
from?
can do
This
all
is
of
great.
this crazy shit because he runs on necroplasm.
It was
Basically,
great.
hell juice.
You're not wrong. Necroplasm is the energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it like an energy blaster empowered by the sins of others. Spawn can absorb your evil and feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the
Ow.
sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing them.
I hurt my
of
wrist the
their
other
evil.
day, man. He feels like that too.
Or he can do the reverse and make you experience the full weight of your own sins, feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on others over your whole life.
Like some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's necroplasm comes with a catch.
Yeah, he's got a limited amount of the stuff, and it
Oh.
drains every
Oh,
time he
you're
uses
done,
his powers.
Spawn. You're
If he runs
done,
out,
bro.
He's dragged back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn can rely on his
That's
elite
such good. That's
military
gonna be
training
such a
and
big
hand-to-hand
talking
combat.
point
He's
in
a
the post
Batman to a standstill.
analysis.
And as befits
Oh,
his
never mind.
past
He fought Batman?
perfection,
He's winning.
He loves his big-ass 90s guns.
Though his greatest weapon is the sentient being he's genetically and spiritually bonded to, his cloak. Letha of the 7th House of K.
You ever wonder why his cape's red? Nope, well, now you are, and it's red because it's made from the apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden. It's literally made of original sin. Oh, and also the souls of a million sinners, including every one of Hell's victims. Also a touch of vampire for good measure.
K7 Letha is constantly evolving. It can act independently to defend Spawn with an infinite stream of chains, transform into
kinda
weapons,
gross. It's
or
just
drain
rotting
people
fruit
of
and
their
blood.
power. It is the most potent weapon
Gross.
Hell has ever created.
It even helped Spawn beat the primordial dark god Urizen, who can destroy and eat your
Very
soul
religious
with just
Spawn
a
is.
glare.
Very
Except the
religious.
souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable. But Hellspawns have a weakness to holy weapons and can be killed permanently if decapitated by one.
Though Spawn has managed to survive this in the past. No, Spawn's greatest weakness is his own... how do I put this? Stupidity.
So Spawn fought this angel lady, Angela. Great name for an angel. She had this dimensional lance that could wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel weapon that hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on himself.
And so, Spawn was forever destroyed. Until he reconfigured reality to undo his own inexistence.
There we are.
Okay, so it
guys.
seems like he can
That
just
has to be the
bypass any
first
mistake
time
he
you've
ever
seen
makes.
Someone accidentally kill themselves.
Good for him.
And survive.
On his quest
Claps.
as Hell's greatest warrior, Spawn has defeated a serial killer ice cream man, a demonic clown, and even his old boss remade by Heaven into an anti-Spawn. He's even encountered other Hellspawn.
Killing bad guys might seem
Are we just gonna get like a
counterintuitive
giant
at first for
Spawn
Hell
versus
Lord,
Ghost Rider
but
like
it
war
actually
here,
just adds
like really
more
quick?
souls to
'Cause
Malvosia's army.
they keep
An army
mentioning
Spawn
these.
would have to lead in a war with Heaven that'd kill all of humanity.
Because the reason Malbolgia chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life and all his death, Al was nothing more than a hired gun.
But he knew it, and he would do so no more.
So Spawn marched down to hell and ripped Malvosia's fucking head off with a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality. Spawn became the king of the
Okay.
eighth circle of hell.
As king,
So did he lead the
Spawn is
war?
literally a part
Or
of hell
did he
itself,
just, like,
gaining access
stop
to
it?
a limited pool of energy that increases 100-fold with every heartbeat. He's effectively omnipotent in there, and strong enough to challenge other hell lords like Mammon and Satan.
He got so strong, the only thing left was to finally resolve the war between heaven and hell.
But Spawn needed help from the being who created this god and Satan to begin with, the mother of existence, Gaia.
She wasn't cool with her kids being total assholes, so she appointed Spawn to be the universe's savior.
By eating the fruit from the Tree of Life, Spawn became truly divine, capable of battling
Okay.
God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity that extinguished all life on Earth.
And each of
Yeah,
them
it
are
seems like we
powerful
didn't
enough
solve
to
the
create
problems
and
here,
control
Spawn.
infinitely sized universes.
Spawn broke the stalemate by letting
There
God
you
and
go.
Satan destroy him, only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threatened.
Then, just like that time with the Lance, Spawn respawned and recreated the Earth. Poof, good as new.
Finally freed of the weight of heaven and hell, Al asked to be reborn as a human. But he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a creature of the 90s, Wiz.
Yeah,
He
Spawn,
won't be
he still
happy
killed a
unless
lot
he
of
can
people,
instantly
dog,
brood
so-
over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley he calls home, beware.
Alright,
The
that's a
Spawn
decent
will turn
shot, even
whatever's
if it
left of
kind of
your
looks
life
dated now.
into a living hell.
I knew it. I knew I'd like Spawn's
This
Born.
battle is sponsored
I
by
did.
DraftKings Casino.
If the slots are
Oh,
spinning,
now
you
you're gonna
could
get
be
me
winning.
gambling?
Go to DraftKings
Oh,
Casino and play the
that-
classics
oh,
you know and love,
so
or try
well.
something new with DraftKings exclusive games.
Plus,
But
players
yeah.
that give DraftKings Casino a spin can get 200
Obviously, it's probably a
casino
little
spins on
easier to tell
featured
Spawn's
games.
story
Just sign
than,
up with code
because
BATTLE
Johnny's
and
probably
wager a
involved
minimum of $5
with so many
to
different
receive
characters.
200 casino spins on a
Different things, like,
featured
yeah.
game.
Only on
That's fine.
DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help
What's
is
that
available
number?
for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Connecticut and Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins valid for featured game only and expire in 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends March 16th, 2025.
Snazzy Jazz.
59 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, the combatants
Oh,
are set.
he has the
All possible.
Fortnite. It's over
Time
for
one
Spawn.
hell of a death battle!
Aw, they're so- Oh my.
Looks like these
What a
drive
shot.
men insane. Brimstone in the air. Something's coming. If it wants a piece of me, there'll be hell.
Spawn, are you just talking to yourself, brother?
Go back to the pit you squirmed from, Hellspawn.
Make me.
I already like this track.
Vengeance calls.
Is that like the timer on his plasm? Is
Sloppy. You fight like a bum.
that what that is?
You've earned your damnation.
Yeah, it's probably a bad idea to send him to hell. He's like the king of that.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker.
Whoa.
Be damned.
Oh yeah. We like a Scorpion reference. Oh shit. We escalate. We went very. This is breakneck.
Disguise your wickedness. God forbid.
Oh shit. Damn.
Simmons, your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
Yeah, it didn't work.
I eat sin for breakfast.
Yeah.
Have a taste of your own goddamn medicine. It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
KO! God damn!
Literally. This
Wow.
was a nail biter of a battle that pitted Ghost Riders.
I just can't catch a win. Whatever, I don't care. That was awesome. That was a great sequence.
Four categories.
First up, power. Divine
Yeah, that escalated really quickly, but also, how long did you really want them just shooting guns at each other, knowing their powers?
with a lot of the powerhouses in Marvel.
But Zarathos was different. Remember, his power can match that of Mephisto and Galactus.
This is like the top
who can
of
bring
Marvel,
all
bro.
of Marvel's
I really thought it was
infinite
done.
cosmic reality, far greater than any cosmos Spawn has ever affected. Even though Spawn's battled and defeated Satan in more recent comics, implying he's retained a level of power similar to his divine form, he couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
Ghost Rider may take power, but remember, Johnny actively resists Zarathos' influence, so Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full Blue Fury.
And Spawn definitely had the edge in skill. He spent decades in military combat and is a master martial artist, whereas Johnny more so relies on his invincibility.
The ultimate dream power for a stuntman. Even with his crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attacking the soul.
Which doesn't bode well for his versatility. Spawn can stop time, manipulate matter, turn intangible, control minds, warp reality. The Ghost Rider had a much more limited arsenal by comparison. Spawn had a huge advantage in this category.
Though with his invincibility, way greater power, and the ability to scorch your soul to nothing, Ghost Rider could score the win through brute force, right?
Not exactly. The last piece of the puzzle is their resistance.
That was,
Basically,
oh, that
who
was a really well drawn.
Spawn's
Spawn
constant
right there, that was
manipulating of
sick.
humanity's collective sin and pain meant he could survive attacks on his soul,
Wow.
including the penance stare. Just like he resisted a very similar attack from Urizen.
Best of all, remember the time he rewrote reality to undo his own inexistence?
There was nothing the Ghost Rider could do to overpower that. And that time with the lance wasn't planned, it was purely instinctual. He could replicate it any time he wanted, like in his fight with God and Satan.
So how do you put Spawn down for good? Well, you can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos could.
Unlike how Ghost Rider's soul has been vulnerable to attack before, like when Danny used the penance stare to depower Johnny.
This sort of thing actually happens a lot, even in recent comics. The whole reason Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is because Zarathos' soul was manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls, he can replicate the effect of the penance stare itself.
And just think about that. A penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance stare that he's ever done. A penance squared.
The damnation stare, on the other hand, actively helped Spawn,
Yeah.
sending him to hell where he gets a literal infinite power boost.
And it wasn't just Spawn's soul powers that had spelled trouble. He had other ways to bypass Ghost Rider's immortality too, like transmutation, rewriting reality, or just straight up stealing his powers, which has worked on multiple Ghost Riders in the past.
Giving Spawn the final edge. Zarathos was almost unbeatable, a massive power advantage, soul destruction, immortality, but Spawn could counter everything thrown at him, and was too unkillable for Zarathos' strength advantage to matter in the long run against his crazier abilities.
That was one hell of a
Alright,
fight,
so it
and at
seemed
least
I only
Johnny
looked at
went
one
out in a
aspect of the
blaze
battle.
glory.
The winner
Oops.
is Spawn.
Next time on Death Battle.
What's next? Oh, that's the... Sorry, okay. It's the My Hero one.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Okay. I had no stakes in this one. I watched a little bit of My Hero, but I don't really know much about that guy. That was fun. Alright, I like that a lot. I like that a lot more than Kratos Asura. Analysis were pretty much what I thought they were gonna be. The battle, they might have rushed the transitions a little bit, but like I said, how long did you really want them just like shooting at each other? It did feel a little bit rushed, but I don't know. The actual impact of them, you know, like the Divine Spawn and the Zarathos, I thought that was fine. I thought that looked really good. And that was alright. Poor Pav. Golly, man, the track was really solid, and you know, I'm a sucker, so they convinced me decently that Spawn was the right winner. I'm sure some people have something to say about that, but whatever. If I had to pick a winner who I wanted to win, I'd pick Spawn, so I'm happy with it, honestly. Mahito versus Shiragaki next, is that what it is? Another uneducated basic battle. I'm basic. Yeah, you get it. Alright. You pretty much know my thoughts. That was fun. I liked it. Definitely upper tier of the new death battles, in my opinion. They just do such a good job with the sprite work, man. It's really solid. We should get more. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Tell me your thoughts on the battle. I'll be posting a prediction very soon of the Shiragaki versus Mahito. Should be interesting. I guarantee I'll learn a few new things. But yeah, have fun. Hey, stats versus hacks. I wonder who's gonna win.